also talked to your former World Cup teammate, Ashlyn Harris, about, like, she told us that she started making more money when she retired. I'm the same. Once I retired from the WNBA, I definitely started making more money. So what is the other side of that like for you, transitioning from athlete to business? And also, is it more lucrative?
It's I'm in my rookie year.
Okay.
So I will say that. And for me, it's like I didn't retire for the purpose of making more money. Like, I retired, unfortunately, because of my body. Like, my knee just couldn't do it anymore. I loved playing, so I would have probably played another year. But to answer your question in terms of, like, is it more lucrative? The reality is women's sports is booming. And as much as I made money playing, I made more money off the field playing, during my playing career. So now it's the type of thing where you're not beholden to a schedule of you're in practice and games for every week of the year minus the 6 weeks that you're given off. And there's more opportunity to go and do things and make money elsewhere. So, but my hope is that, like, these female athletes, like, they will one day not have to do anything off the field if they don't want to, like, they'll be compensated accordingly, and the salaries they make from their playing contracts will be enough. And, but that wasn't the reality during my day.
Are there things that you're uncomfortable, like, having to ask, knowing that you wouldn't have wanted to answer that yourself? Like, I mean, for me, I struggle. I'm just saying, sometimes I'll know that this is not the right thing this player should have done, but I might not ask them about it because I know that that's going to be uncomfortable for them to answer. Have you ever been in that position where you don't ask something, even if you know that it could be like a dynamic answer that could probably be great for the show?
I think I am very, I try to be very considerate and, like, put myself in the athlete's shoes, because I think that's important. You want athletes, we want our athletes to be talking to the media. We want them to be giving us this insight or a different perspective, or like a little look into their brain of, like, what they're thinking. So you want to be able to I've always tried to be able to create, like, an environment that makes people comfortable. And so, yeah, I try not to ask a question that, like, I know I'm like, I wouldn't have wanted to be asked that. So I just think it's, like, the right thing to do. Maybe people in the journalism space be like, oh, you got to ask the hard question. It's like, well, I think there's, like, a way you can do it that everybody can win in answering it, or asking it and answering it. So, yeah.
So, Renee, do you want to ask her the question?
What are you going to ask me?
No, I was just saying, all the time, I know that there's questions I could ask that would probably go viral, but it's like, I'm not about to ask them that, because I'm not about to do it. So, no, I don't have any for you, but
okay. I have one, because you're talking about the coverage for women's sports, and you've always done a really good job using your platform to advocate for women's sports and the exposure of, and equal pay just seems like it's one part of it. The visibility is the other. And now with World 7 football, it feels like that is exactly what you've been trying to do from the beginning.
Yeah, no, for sure. I'm a player advisor on World 7 football. We just held our first tournament. Was it last week? No, 2 weeks ago in Portugal. It was incredible. This was so cool to be a part of. I'm so proud to be a part of it. The team that put this on was amazing. And the fact that they did it in such a short amount of time was even more incredible. But that was all to say, like, I came on as a player advisor for World 7 football because I was like, this is something that I would want to play in as a player. And I wish I could lace up the boots and get back in there and do it. But that ship has sailed. So, yeah, for me, it's like about being part of things that are going to continue to grow the sport and grow the fan base. And World 7 football is a great example of that, because it's giving players a different place and format and environment to play in, and also fans a different perspective of their favorite players and their favorite teams in this different format. So it just ended up being, like, an incredible first tournament. We're already starting to plan our second. And it's something that, like, being on the other side, it's really fun to be a part of shaping, like, what we want the future of women's sports to look like.
That's awesome. You know
Yeah.
what? Rookie of the year.
Come on, man.
Thanks, guys. Wait, should we start giving out that award? Like, you retired last year. Who's winning Rookie of the Year?
Facts, yes.
More competition.
Okay.
Watch new episodes of Women's Sports Now every Thursday on Roku channel.